Hi there, welcome to Subpar Stitches. My name is Hillary, and this is my Flosstube channel. It's been like 3 weeks since my last video. I just didn't feel like filming last week, and I didn't have much to show, and I still don't have much to show because life's gotten really hectic recently. I feel like end of summer, beginning of fall gets super busy, and then once we lead into like mid-fall and winter, I have way more time, but I have not gotten to stitch nearly as much as I've wanted to. And when I did stitch, I was mainly focused on one project, which you will see today. So let's just hop right into it. And I'm going to start with the new starts because I did, despite not having like much time, I was like, oh, why don't I start some things? So I have 2 new starts to show you guys. So the first one is from a magazine. This is from last year's Halloween Just Cross Stitch, and this is the Quaker style Halloween sampler, and this is by Faithwurks Designs. The model, I think the model that I'm showing you guys is stitched on like a 28 count orange linen, and it just uses 2 colors. It just uses B5200 and 310. I swapped B5200 for just Blanc because I have a cone of that, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. And then it has back stitching, straight stitching, which I guess I thought was the same thing, but apparently not. And colonial knots, whatever those are. So that's like a cross that bridge when we come to it thing. Is that the same as a French knot? I don't actually know. But it's just like a cutesy little like Quaker style Halloween sampler. And so I chose some fabric that I had in my stash, and I went with this. It's like a Bestitch Me. I bought like a mystery package of like, I think it was like 5 small cuts of even weave. And so I don't know what they are or like what dye lots they are or whatever, but this is where I am. Just a really, really small start. This is, I counted out, it's 46 count, I believe. So really, really went small, but like, here's the whole piece of fabric. So I had to decide, did I want like a combination of the blue and the purple, or did I want to go like pretty much solid purple? And so I decided to go this more like variation side of things. And you can see they're just like really itty bitty stitches, not that far, because like every time I sit down to stitch, I'll start stitching this and I'm like, I'm just tired. Like I can't focus on 46 count right now. So I haven't gotten too far, but I wanted to start something on Friday the 13th, and I was like, what better to start than some kind of Halloween thing? And I have a bunch of like magazine stuff kitted up and ready to go, so I just grabbed this one off my shelf because I thought it would be easy, and then it's 46 count, so what do you know? And then my other new start, you guys saw it in the thumbnail. This is Become Ungovernable, and this is by Steph X Stitch. My friend Tara from Wildwoman Crafts, she sent me this Instagram post. I was like, have you seen this yet? Because I've been nonstop sending her Deng content, which if you don't know who Deng is, it's this little baby pygmy hippo that was born in Thailand. And she just looks grumpy all the time, and she's super cute, and I just kind of want to like give her a little pat because she looks like she would make a fun sound when you kind of like slap her a little bit. Not like hard, but you know, like a pat like that, like a nice animal pat. And so I started with this one, and I did all the lettering and the outline first, and here is where I'm at. And because I'm like a goblin, I just took this whole piece of like 18 count Ada that I had, and I just shoved it in this nerd hoop because this is the only nerd hoop that I have, and so I don't have one like small enough to like cut this out and then put it in, so I'm gonna cut it out afterwards. But you can see I've started filling her in now. The eye was a little bit tricky because it's a lot of like half stitches, and half stitches on 18 count Ada kind of difficult, and I'm doing like 2 strands, so the eye is not as pronounced as the creators is, but I still think it looks cute. This shouldn't take me too much longer because it's just fill-in at this point. I don't have to be too finicky with it, but I just haven't had the time because I had to start like an emergency birthday gift. So like I'll show you that in the other craft section. But my plan for this one is to find like a cutesy little frame and bring it to work and put it on my desk in my office because I don't really have anything on my desk. Not many people at my office do, but I just think this one would be funny. And I feel like like, I work in an office where I'm like one of the only Americans, so I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, what is that? Like, can you explain it? And I'll be like, no, I cannot. But yeah, I love Deng, and I wish her a long and happy life. Also, have you guys seen Pesto, the giant penguin? He's like the record-breaking like baby penguin. He's like massive. He's bigger than like all the adult penguins. He just like lumbers around and he's so fluffy. It's just a good time for people who love baby animals, I think. So those were all my new starts. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of new starts in October just because I have a lot of Halloween patterns kitted up and I just kind of want to feel the mood of Halloween. But then let's just go into I have two whips. I have my one that I've been working on quite a bit and then my year in stitches. So the one I've been working on quite a bit that I was like really focused on, and this is because Rob and I went and saw all the extended edition Lord of the Rings in theaters these past few weeks. And I was like, I want to work on my Hobbit hole. So here is where I was the last time. And this is by cutting cross stitch. And it is like it's like a stitch your own adventure. I'm only doing the Hobbit hole, I've decided, and I'm going to turn it into a pillow. But you get to like pick each part of your Hobbit hole. So it's like split into 3 parts. You get to choose the windows, the doors, what kind of tree goes on the side, all kinds of ways you can customize it and make it your own. So last time I had like the first third done and that was it. And let me tell you, I went to work on this thing. I'm almost done with the middle portion. I just have to finish filling in that brick and then I will put my door in. And I'm saving all the back stitching for last because I don't want it to get ruined by like the hoop that I put it in. But this is on, is it 28 count? I don't remember. I will put it down on the bottom of the screen, but it is a linen that I got. I got like a huge cut of it because at first I thought I was going to do the whole thing. I ended up cutting it down so that like because I don't need a ton of excess at the bottom, but I'm loving this. It's not the easiest pattern because it's all on paper. It's not like really super compatible with any like pattern keeper or anything because you have all these different parts. So like you get like the tree pattern kind of separate from this, which is separate from the middle. And then for the style of like the third part that I'm doing, you have to like cut off some of the middle pattern to accommodate for it. So you have to think ahead. You really want to plan ahead with this pattern, but I am absolutely loving the look of it. And I did iron it so that it didn't look all crinkly for you guys. So I guess that just leaves me with my massive year in stitches project. It's looking pretty full. So I'll just go motif by motif and show them to you and explain like where they're from. I've stitched up through what date? I'm stitched up through the 16th. I plan on working on this a little over the weekend and probably on Monday at work so that I can get caught up in the month, but I have everything else planned out. Like I said, I have had 0 time. So the last time I showed you guys, I had shown you from the Eye of Sauron because we had seen the first Lord of the Rings in theaters. And then the next day would have been September 1st. So this is like a big top. I actually got this from the Snowman from Cottage Garden Samplings, and that's because we went to the state fair. And then this is a birthday cake from Cute Kawaii Cross Stitch because September 2nd was my birthday. These are some stairs. That one's self-drafted because I went to the gym and I was like, I'm going to do the stair climber for 10 minutes. And I got about 2 minutes in and I was like, I give up. This is a ball of yarn and some needles from Makoto Ozu's book, and that's because I finished up another pair of socks. Here's a laptop from Makoto Ozu's book because I finally got a new laptop at work, which is great because mine was no longer working that well. This is a magnet. This is a Makoto Ozu design. I got a giant magnet from a friend to do some nail art designs with like magnetic polishes, and it's huge. This is a cup of coffee because my sister and I did some wedding planning over some coffee, and that one was Makoto Ozu. This is the One Ring because we saw the second Lord of the Rings movie in theaters, and this is from like a Lego pixel art design. Sometimes when I search for pixel art, like these weird little like Lego designs show up, and that was where I got that one. This is a little taco, and that was from Makoto Ozu because I had Chipotle for dinner that night. This is a Makoto Ozu design as well. This is a cell phone, and that is because I literally had nothing to do at work, and I just didn't want to do anything. And I played a game on my phone like all day. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I blame Chandria for this because she introduced me to the concept of like sorting games on your phone. And I couldn't stop playing sorting games. Like, it's become a problem. This is a little pen, and this one's from Makoto Ozu as well, because Rob and I were working on a script together for a video that I was doing on my other channel. This is a little house that I modified the colors of it, but it is also a Makoto Ozu design. I just have not had the creativity to design my own. But this is because I pre-ordered the Lennox Spice Village because they re-released it. And I've been wanting this thing so bad for so long, but it was discontinued and you could only get it in antique stores. It was like hundreds to like over $1,000 depending on, you know, the quality and stuff like that. But they decided to re-release it. And so I was like, I have to have that. This is Chopper from One Piece's hat, and this one is self-drafted because Rob and I went to Kura again to get more One Piece prizes because they released a new set. They're like, if I'm not directionally challenged, you see this like 3 balls right here on my shelf. They're the One Piece Kura prizes that I got. This is a little hammer from Makoto Ozu's book because I have the folding phone, and I don't know how, but like something got in between the screen when I closed it and it cracked my screen like right at the top. And so I had to go get my phone repaired for the first time ever in my life. I've never ever broken a phone. I don't know how that happened. I was distraught about it. And then I remembered that I have Samsung Care Plus, so it only cost me $30 to get it repaired. And I was like, oh, thank God, because that would have cost me like $300 otherwise. Then here's another Lego art one. This is Gollum, because we went and saw the 3rd Lord of the Rings, and he looks kind of creepy and gross, and I'm not sure that I love it, but I couldn't think of another easy motif to stitch for Lord of the Rings, so I needed something. And then finally, this is from Cute Kawaii Cross Stitch. I think it was an apple in the book, but I changed the color of it so that it looked like a Korean pear because that was the first day of Chuseok, which is like, some people translate it as like Korean Thanksgiving, but it's like the autumn harvest festival in Korea, and it's like a big kind of familial event, and my fiance is Korean, so, you know, we do like some of that stuff for it, and, you know, it's an important holiday, so I thought I would commemorate it on my year in stitches. So this thing is getting pretty wild. There's so much. I can't wait to see like how many stitches in total are on it when it's finished, because this has been an interesting project. I won't do it again because I can't think of 365 more motifs after this. I just can't do it. But it's a really fun project. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when it's done. Probably just roll it up and never look at it again. Isn't that how that goes? I don't know. So that was everything I stitched on. I do have one other craft that I can show you guys real quick. And this was one of the reasons why I haven't had as much time to stitch too, because my brother's girlfriend's birthday's coming up at the very beginning of October. And for some reason, I always think it's like October 20th, but it's actually like October 2nd. And I don't see them very often, so I can't it's hard to buy for her because I don't totally know what she absolutely loves. And I don't love giving people money or gift cards as gifts because I like to give them something a little bit more thought out. So if you ever get a gift card from me, it means I probably don't know you or don't like you. I'm not gonna lie, because I like to give not always handmade gifts, but just something that I feel resonates with them, or is this made me think of you kind of a thing. And I know she likes clothes, and so I was like, oh, what if I made her a fun pair of socks? But I was my taste in clothing is very bright and loud, and hers is a little bit more put together. And so I texted my brother with pictures of all the sock yarn I had, and I was like, which one? I was like, you're gonna know better than me. Which one should I do? And he picked one, and I hope she likes them. I have to block this and all that, but like, this is just one yarn. This is from Hobie, or not Hobie. So many people online say Hobie, but I'm pretty sure it's Hobby. But yeah, it's like this self-striping yarn, and it looks really, really interesting. And so I hope she likes it, because I like the yarn a lot. So, and then yesterday, I pretty much have finished the second sock. I just have to do the toe on this one, and then I will block them both. And they don't I didn't peel off yarn to make them match perfectly, but I mean, do people care? I feel like a lot of people, I'm the only person in the world who is like obsessed with matching socks. And if my fiance comes out and he's wearing 2 different socks, I'm like, you go back in there and you find the matching sock, because I cannot stand when I'm trying to match socks up when I do the laundry and there's like one straggler over here and one straggler over there. I'm like, you better wear matching socks or I'm going to scream. He's like, why did I end up with you? But yeah, so I just got to do the toe. That won't take very long. And then I'll send them in the mail, I guess. So yeah, like I said, not too much this past 3 weeks, which is kind of disappointing for me, but my plans going forward are I'm gonna work on my year in stitches and get caught up, and then I will be probably putting a lot more time into this. Maybe we'll watch the Hobbit movies now that we finished all the Lord of the Rings. Rob is like obsessed. He won't shut up about Lord of the Rings now. He's like obsessed with it. He's like, I want to read the books, and I'm like, you don't really read books, so like, I don't know if I'd recommend starting with those. I tried to read them a long time ago. It just wasn't for me. Even though I love the movies, I couldn't get into it. But we talked about it. We might try to listen to audiobooks together. I'm not a big audiobook person. I don't like being read to for some reason. I don't know. It's like I have a lot of hangups, okay? But we might try that. But I want to finish the middle and start onto the third part before I lose momentum and like forget what I was doing and then mess up the pattern, because I don't need that in my life. And then I want to, this coming week, finish filling in my little Deng, because she's so precious. I love her so much. But yeah, those are my main plans, and I'm going to try to get back on my every other week schedule, but we'll see. I just have been like, life has been a lot. So anyways, that is it from me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.